Have you heard about the Vaquita, the Amur leopard, or the northern white rhino? These incredible creatures are so rare that most people have never seen them, and some might disappear entirely within our lifetime. In today's story, we'll dive into the lives of 5 of the rarest animals, explore why they're so scarce, and discover why their survival is so important, not just for them but for all of us. Let's start with the Vaquita. Did you know this tiny porpoise is considered the most endangered marine mammal on Earth? Often called the panda of the sea, because of the dark circles around its eyes, it measures only about 5 feet long, smaller than most humans. Vaquitas are native to a tiny region in Mexico's Gulf of California, a place known for its unique biodiversity. These small, shy creatures spend their time in shallow, warm waters, where they help keep the balance of marine life. Their diet mainly consists of fish and invertebrates like shrimp, and they rely on echolocation to navigate through the murky waters. Unfortunately, vaquitas are caught as bycatch in illegal gill nets targeting another endangered species, the totoaba fish, whose swim bladder is highly prized in black markets, especially in traditional Chinese medicine. These nets, intended to catch the totoaba, trap vaquitas, often fatally injuring them. Despite several attempts by local governments and conservationists to ban gill nets and patrol the waters, the damage has been severe. What's even more concerning is the vaquitas' reproductive rate. Vaquitas only give birth to 1 calf at a time, and the calf stays with the mother for several months before becoming independent. This slow reproductive rate makes it even harder for their population to recover, especially when there are so few individuals left. With fewer than 10 vaquitas left in the wild, and with such low reproductive rates, this has become a race against time. If the vaquitas can't reproduce quickly enough to rebuild their population, extinction is a very real threat. The situation is dire, but there's still hope. Conservationists are working with the Mexican government and international organizations to enforce stricter protections, create safe zones, and even look into high-tech alternatives for fishing methods to help save the vaquita. The fight to save the vaquita is still ongoing, and while the future is uncertain, every effort counts. Next, let's talk about the Amur leopard. This majestic big cat has adapted to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, the snowy forests of Russia and northern China. Known for its thick, luxurious coat, which protects it from the freezing cold, the Amur leopard is one of the rarest cats in the world. In fact, fewer than 100 individuals are left in the wild, which is astonishing when you think about it. There are more paintings in the Louvre than Amur leopards on Earth. Unfortunately, the Amur leopard is often hunted for its fur, and it has also faced significant habitat loss due to deforestation and human development. These leopards prefer dense forests, where they can hunt their prey, mainly roe deer, hares, and other small mammals, and take shelter from the harsh winter. But with the increasing human activity, their hunting grounds are shrinking, and their chances of survival are becoming slimmer. To make things even worse, the Amur leopard doesn't reproduce quickly either. They typically give birth to only 2 to 3 cubs per litter, and cubs stay with their mothers for up to a year before becoming independent. This slow reproduction rate makes it even harder for the population to recover. Without effective conservation efforts, this incredible species could vanish from the wild in our lifetime. To protect these elusive cats, conservationists have been working tirelessly. They've been establishing wildlife corridors to allow the leopards to roam more freely and avoid human settlements, while also setting up anti-poaching patrols to safeguard them from hunters. But the clock is ticking, and every day that passes without action could make it harder to save this iconic big cat from extinction. The Amur leopard is a reminder that biodiversity and the survival of these incredible animals are in our hands. Now, let's meet the northern white rhino. If there's one species that highlights the devastating impact of human greed, it's the northern white rhino. At present, only 2 individuals remain, both females, Nugent and Fatu, living in Kenya, under armed protection to keep them safe. Once, these rhinos roamed across Central Africa, but overhunting for their horns, which were highly prized on the black market, pushed them to the brink of extinction. The horn, made of keratin, the same material as human hair and nails, was sold at extremely high prices in some countries, further increasing poaching efforts. Sadly, the last male of the northern white rhino passed away in 2018, and without a male to mate with, natural reproduction is impossible. While the situation seems dire, there's still hope. Thanks to scientific advancements in reproductive technology, researchers are working to bring the species back. In vitro fertilization, IVF, is being explored, using preserved sperm from the deceased male and eggs from the remaining females. This groundbreaking effort could potentially produce viable offspring. This is one of the most ambitious conservation projects ever undertaken, and if it succeeds, it could be a game-changer for endangered species around the world. But the northern white rhino story is a stark reminder of how human impact can push a species to the edge. Their survival, even if in a limited way, will be an incredible victory for conservation science. Next up, let's talk about the Javan rhino. These incredible creatures are one of the most elusive and least known rhino species on the planet. The Javan rhino can be found only in Ujung Kulon National Park, a protected area located on the island of Java, Indonesia. With fewer than 80 individuals left, they are one of the rarest mammals in the world. Javan rhinos are shy and solitary animals that thrive in dense tropical rainforests. They spend a lot of time wallowing in muddy water to protect their sensitive skin from the sun and insects. These rhinos have thick, armor-like skin and are known for their horns, which are smaller than those of their African cousins. Despite their imposing size, Javan rhinos tend to stay away from human activity and prefer remote, quiet areas. Sadly, their numbers have plummeted over the years due to habitat loss, poaching, and human encroachment. Once, Javan rhinos could be found across Southeast Asia, but now they're confined to this small, fragile population in Ujung Kulon. The park's location on the coast makes it particularly vulnerable to natural disasters like tsunamis and volcanic eruptions, which can wipe out everything in their path. In fact, the region has already faced several natural threats, including the eruption of the Krakatoa volcano, which came perilously close to endangering the rhinos. Conservation efforts have been intense, with groups working to protect the remaining population through habitat protection and monitoring. However, the Javan rhino's small population size means it's especially vulnerable. If even a single catastrophic event were to occur, the species could be wiped out. And because they are incredibly elusive, scientists have had limited success in studying them. This means we don't fully understand their behaviors, breeding patterns, or how to provide the best protection for their future. The Javan rhino is a stark reminder of how important it is to protect fragile ecosystems. Their story is a call to action to safeguard the last remnants of natural habitats that support endangered species. Time is running out, and their future hinges on the continued preservation of their delicate environment. And now, let's wrap it up with the spade-toothed beaked whale, a creature so elusive and mysterious that it could be straight out of a legend. But before we dive deeper into this hidden gem of the ocean, I have something exciting for you. To keep the conversation going, I'll be uploading a quiz based on this video where you can test how much you've learned about the rarest animals in the world. If you're up for the challenge and want to learn more, make sure to subscribe to my channel. That way, you won't miss the quiz, and you'll stay updated with all my upcoming videos on the incredible animals that share our planet. Now, let's dive into the mysterious spade-toothed beaked whale. The spade-toothed beaked whale wasn't even fully recognized until 2010, when the first complete specimen was discovered, after a mother and calf washed ashore in New Zealand. Before that, all that was known about these creatures came from fragmented bones scattered across beaches. These whales are a type of beaked whale, a family known for their deep diving abilities and somewhat strange, beak-like snouts. Spade-toothed beaked whales are unique in that they are one of the only species of beaked whales with teeth that resemble spades, which is where they get their name. These teeth are mainly used for feeding on squid, which they hunt in the deep ocean waters, often at depths of over 1,000 meters. Their diet is quite specialized, and they've adapted to thrive in environments where few other creatures can survive. Living in the deep, dark waters of the ocean, these whales have an extremely low visibility in terms of human observation. In fact, their behavior and even their migration patterns remain mostly unknown due to how rarely they are spotted. Researchers believe these whales spend most of their time in waters too deep for us to reach, which makes studying them incredibly challenging. It's almost as if they're hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. They remind us that despite all the advancements in science, there are still so many mysteries in our world, especially beneath the surface of the oceans. So, if you're already subscribed, get ready for more exciting content and quizzes coming your way soon. See you in the next video.